Hey there. So we just finished the third in the Sorority House Massacre trilogy.
Yay.
And we said we'd review these. And before I go ahead with this, these were painful watches. So, Drunken Film School. We gave you the challenge of Hellraiser, and we still haven't seen the video. So, still waiting. On our side, we've done them.
Yeah.
So, the first Sorority House Massacre was kind of a...
It was okay.
It was a copy of Halloween, sort of, with a little Nightmare on Elm Street. And
with a lot of dream sequences. Like, every other scene was a dream sequence.
Almost every scene. And we had decent acting. The girls were kind of cute.
I particularly liked the teepee. Do you remember the teepee? Huh?
Yeah.
Teepee was great.
The teepee. Do you remember the teepee?
I remember the teepee.
Acting was very...
It was better than the next two that were to follow.
It was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of slow moving compared to the next two that would follow, though.
Yeah, it was a lot violenter, actually. The deaths were a little bit more resonating.
The first one was meant to kind of be more creepy, and it does in a way.
Succeeds in its own way.
Succeeds, yeah, it does in its own way. It does. It's interesting, and there's a little bit of a mystery, I guess, sort of to it. Really?
Not really. And the first one, you know what's going on, but
We
like
kind
you
of
don't
know
know the
killers.
connection.
Yeah. There's a mystery of why these two people are connected, which you will figure out about 5-10 seconds into the film.
Yeah.
Actually, it's really, really simple. The movie actually came out 2 years, I think, before Halloween 4, which would share a similar plot aspect.
Yeah.
And just definitely...
It was like, okay, it's okay, I want to check out. I mean, it's a lot of dream sequence, but...
Kind of cute girls, except there's one girl that seems a lot older than the other girls.
Yeah, there was. There's one of those in every single one of these films.
Yeah, it's like there's a sorority house, and they're all young girls, except one seems like she could be the mom of the oldest of the girls. And, yeah, we get that there. That would be like if me and Matthew were playing brothers in a film.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to be the same twins at the same age or something like that. It's not going to
bro.
work, right? But,
Yeah, no,
but overall, you know...
it's not bad.
Even that she was an in-shape older lady, and I guess that's what they went for, because that was used in all these films. And extremely in-shape girls for these movies, actually. They're way more in shape than I am.
The second film, nothing to do with the first one at all.
The second film is brilliant. Okay, first, rather than referencing the first movie, Sorority House Massacre 1, what they decide to do is take flashbacks from... Their flashbacks are taken from a much better movie called Slumber Party Massacre.
However,
which is a completely different series altogether that has nothing to do...
They take it out of
context
and make it something completely different.
They make a completely different story. Slumber Party Massacre is a movie about a guy that escaped from a mental asylum, known as the Driller Killer, who goes into a house where these girls are having a slumber party, and the two girls next door kind of find out. They're kind of like the geekier girls, and anyway, they help after the whole massacre. They help kill the killer.
Yeah. And
there's a whole continuity with that series. However, this movie here, Sorority House Massacre 2, uses scenes from Slumber Party Massacre 1 and puts a whole new story behind it.
Yeah, it's about a crazy guy, Hochstead or whatever it is, who killed his family, and the girl ended up being a stripper later, the one who survived, and that was one of his daughters and stuff like that.
And sad news, the girl that played the stripper in the movie was played by Savannah, who was a porn actress that committed suicide in the late 80s, I think. Tragic life, and a very beautiful girl, and I had seen her in a few films because I was a teenage boy at the time. So it was actually sad.
But the film features the best actor and character of all time.
Orville Ketchum.
Orville Ketchum, yeah.
Gotta catch him.
Orville Ketchum. He's in this one. He's in the next one, playing the exact same character.
We should not give that away.
Oh, don't worry. Because Orville Ketchum cannot die.
There are two porn actresses in this movie.
There are.
Melissa Moore and Robin Harris. At least there are some softcore actresses in here as well.
Yeah, that's the Orville face.
That's the Orville face.
But the whole thing is a lot of it's comical.
The second one's a possession film. The first one is a straight-out slasher film.
The second film is a possession film because of I guess one of the pieces of Hochstetter's soul finds its way into one of the women, one of the porn actresses actually, the blonde missus, ooh, big surprise. But
Sorry, she's the killer in the first one.
yeah, in the first one she's the
In
killer.
the second one, sorry.
I mean the second one. It's hard to tell because the first one has nothing to do with the second one, so
I
it's like two
completely
films.
forgot about the first one, actually.
Basically, she's the killer, and it's like hinted at a lot, and it's like fairly obvious.
The kills are funny.
Yeah.
And Orville can't die.
Yeah, no, he repeatedly, like,
He gets
in the first
drowned.
film, he gets stabbed
Second film.
repeatedly.
Second film.
In the second film, first technical, like, of the series, whatever, he gets stabbed repeatedly.
Drowned in the toilet.
He gets drowned in the toilet, gets strangled twice, he gets stabbed again with a hook, and he gets repeatedly shot with
a
like,
shotgun.
and, like, a few other guns.
Of course, at the end of the movie, after this all happens, he's shown after the credits with a sexy nurse.
Yeah.
And just a bandage on his head.
And yeah, he's
To show that
he's alive again.
survived.
To that one, it's okay. It's kind of fun. A lot of breasts everywhere. Breasts, butts all over the place.
Yeah, every scene has
yeah, pretty much.
boobs. It's and I didn't think they could top that. And then came
the third
part
one. Now it is connected directly to the last one. However, they cannot show that for the two of the actresses who were in the last one. The killer and the main character are back playing completely different people.
Yeah.
So they cannot show the previous film without breaking their own continuity.
So they show the Hofstadter
So we get a
scenes
we get a
from
Hofstadter again. Though it's weird, it's like a weird version where they explain like things differently slightly. But you find out that he broke his soul into 3 parts and put it into a soul box.
Which
of
But
Egyptian
the
stuff.
scenes
Obviously
that they
meant
had
to
to
be more
show instead of
somewhere.
the one they were going to do was the exact same scenes and the exact same sequence as they did in the movie before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It was.
oh my god. Yeah, this one is almost the same film, but in a high-rise.
They have cartoony sound effects.
Actually, the third one isn't called Sorority's Massacre.
It's
Actually,
Hard to Die.
It's called Hard to Die. Well, I had 3 titles. The original titles were Sorority's Massacre 3, Hard to Die. Then they realized, hey, there's no sorority house in this movie, so we can't use that. Then it was also called Tower of Terror. Tower of Terror was also the name of Goosebumps book, so they couldn't really use that one. So it came Hard to Die, and he actually, instead of having a horror cover, the cover of Hard to Die shows a silhouette of a girl in black brown panties with a gun holding up. It's kind of like a takeoff on Die Hard. So what they're doing here is trying to make a Die Hard out of it, and that's why this movie we get
like the slasher thing for like half of it. Then the final 20 minutes is, look, there happens to be a big place full of guns. There's just like AKs and machine guns and everything.
Yeah. And the reason the girl knows how to use the gun is because her father was in the Marines.
Yeah.
Oh
so
my goodness, she is an expert. There's a lot of gunfire in this one.
Wait, there's more breasts in this movie than there was in the last one.
They literally take turns taking showers, and we get to see
we don't mean that like
single one.
Yeah, we don't mean
no,
that
we got to see like 3 of the girls have a shower.
4.
No, we can see 4.
No, because the other ones. No, because the other girls were coming out of like doing the boss and like.
Okay, one girl has a nude scene, a topless scene at the beginning, which is the girl that would go on to do some softcore stuff.
She's also the killer.
And the other girls just took turns getting in the shower and showering. I'm seriously like a
literally, it's like they're tagging out.
That's it. It's just like
show breasts
for real. Like and they don't get out and put on their clothes. They get out and put on negligence.
They put on like negligence.
Like it is
all
is
sorts
they
of
put on like lingerie because they work at Acme
and
lingerie.
It's not. Yeah.
And there's this really weird
you gotta remember
scene.
that. Yeah. While they kill this lingerie store.
There's a really weird scene with the Chinese food delivery woman.
Is she Chinese?
She's supposed to be.
She looks like Waldo.
No, she's not Chinese.
She's wearing a huge,
Chinese,
like, kind of moon type dress,
okay.
and for some reason she's wearing like
she's
a
wearing
Waldo type
a
of hat.
colorful wool winter hat, like a big old night dress over a pair of like blue pajama pants and brown men's work shoes.
Which
and
was
she
changed
walks
by the.
up, and one of her lines is, "Oh, great! Another
She was
joke."
right. Damn it! There's like acting is. We didn't mention this. The first film is at least okay with it. Well, I mean, the teepee. Do you remember the teepee? Like.
We can go to the teepee. Do you remember the teepee?
You just gotta see
it's just really bad, but the second and third ones are horrible. The best thing about them is obviously
the girls.
Orville Ketchum.
Oh, I was going to say the girls.
Orville Ketchum.
Melissa Moore and Robin Harris are two extremely good-looking girls, and of course that's what he did. And
Orville Ketchum is one extremely good-looking Orville Ketchum.
Peter Spellas is the actor that plays the character of Orville Ketchum.
And, no, but Orville Ketchum is playing himself.
Peter Spellas, yeah, even though they say Orville Ketchum is playing himself. Peter Spellas is a voice actor. Did shows like Naruto and Bleach and stuff like that. You can check out his IMDb page. And actually, as I'm not sure it was meant as a joke or not, but kind of like in the second Machete Kills, where they do the Machete Kills again in space type thing. At the end of Hard to Die, there's a line right at the end: Orville Ketchum will be back in Orville in Orbit. I kid you not. And I would have loved to see the movie actually.
That would have been awesome.
These were deeply painful in some ways, but I enjoyed the hell of these movies.
Oh yeah.
The first movie was probably the hardest to get through at the beginning. Yeah. Because it was just so all over the place. It was not well edited. None of these were well edited, but this one. I got to say right now, Jim Wynorski, the director of the second and third one, is actually a very competent director, and it shows through here. Because although this is really badly, like, written films.
Oh yeah.
Honestly,
took 2 of them to write the third one.
He did a lot with very little.
Yeah.
And it's cheesy, and
I've never seen a man recycle a lightning effect so well.
I've never been bored in any of his movies, and I got to say that. Sadly, Jim Wynorski would go on to make movies that would. If you think these movies, guys, are beneath Jim Wynorski, later on in his career, he just made just straight out softcore porn stuff, the Bare Breast Project and stuff like that, and there's a documentary done on him called Papatopoulos, which is excellent, where he was somebody did a bet with him to that if could he make a movie in 3 days, and Jim Wynorski does this. It's a fantastic documentary, Papatopoulos. If you haven't seen it,
I'm really surprised he made all of his movies in 3 days.
Strongly recommend it. Now, usually they go from 15 days, and he did make some good stuff. Wynorski is a good director to check out. He's a competent, low-budget director, kind of like Albert Pion. People forget that Albert Pion, the guy that made the 1990s Captain America film, for instance, he worked under Kurosawa's guys. Mm. So these guys actually came from places. Wynorski has a love for film that sadly gets lost in the way things are going now. But overall, I did enjoy these films. I thought they were fun. And they weren't awkward. They had nudity in it, but it wasn't nudity where you felt awkward watching. You could watch this with a bunch. You could watch it with your mom, actually. The nudity is so innocent in these films. There's no sex, as in, there's nothing that's going to be awkward. It's very much, for all the nudity and all the violence that are in these films, they're very innocent films. We're not seeing any hardcore sex scenes or anything like that. It's just, it's eye candy stuff. And overall, it's not bad for what it does. It does what it does well.
It's fun.
And I had fun with these movies. I was sad that they didn't make a fourth.
Orville Ketchum is just the best character.
Orville Ketchum is hilarious.
There's a death curse on that Orville Ketchum.
Yeah, a death curse. Yeah. But overall, guys, I gotta say, first one a little slow. Still liked it. It was much creepier. Second 2 were hilariously fun. And overall, I recommend the Sorority House Massacre films, if only to watch once as an experience. But me, myself, if they ever come on Blu-ray, they're in my collection.
Yeah, obviously. I doubt they will, but I'd love for that to be a thing.
And with me right now, it's time for tea.
Oxtetter!